welcome back to the Real Men Talk Show. We're going to be discussing a topic that I like. It's called religion. So, yeah, we're going to start off with Chris over here in terms of religion. What are your views or opinions on religion?
If we're gonna talk about religion, I was born into a Catholic family, and was confirmed and baptized, the whole thing. But now, I just I have my own take. Is not any religion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's yeah. This is like a touchy subject because people I can
No,
already
let it
hear like
let
people
it
say,
no 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 let
you
it
know,
out.
but
This is the Real Men Talk
yeah.
Show. It's not about judging. It's about expressing how you truly feel about your own thoughts and ideas and opinions, and nobody is gonna be judging anybody.
If we're gonna get right into it, I think
Yeah.
that, like, if we're gonna talk about the Bible and things like that, I think these teachings have been taken out of context and have been used to control and manipulate people out of fear and things like that, and to believe that they're being judged and all that kind of stuff, and heaven and hell and all that stuff. For me, I just think it's all fear based. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's getting
yeah,
people to,
yeah. So
I
what do you think about religion
I
now?
think I don't now.
Yeah.
Love is my religion, man. That's
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
the highest power. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
We are energy. We're not what we see, our five senses tell us. It's what we see, hear,
Yeah.
taste, smell, and touch.
Yeah.
There's something bigger going on that we need to align ourselves with, and we need
Yeah.
to be in harmony. We need to live in the flow of life. There's
Yeah.
a current, and we
Yeah.
need to, and we're meant to live heaven on earth. I think growing up as a kid, and I saw I would be on the playground or wherever, like in grade school and stuff like that, and or just being at home and seeing how things were.
Yeah.
I just saw a lot of struggle, a lot of problems in life. People, a lot of people unhappy,
Yeah.
and I knew from a kid, we're not like, I didn't come here for there's no way, you know what I mean? Like, we're here to struggle and then
Yeah.
pay bills and this and that, and fuss and fight and
Yeah.
violence and all that kind of stuff. It was way beyond me,
Yeah.
and we're not here to live like that and then die and then rest in peace.
Yeah.
I think we're here to live in peace. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? I don't think we need to
Absolutely.
die for those things to happen.
Absolutely.
So I believe in heaven on earth. I don't believe in
Yeah.
heaven up there. I believe it's here. I think it's all about perspective. I think it's about how we see things. I think we can also create a hell on earth if we
Yeah.
see it that way. The same people that self-sabotage and think the worst,
Yeah.
have the boogeyman in the closet. It's really just all that self-talk. It
Yeah,
really doesn't
yeah.
exist. It's really what they believe. So
Yeah.
life gives them exactly what they're thinking about and believing. So
Yeah.
I think it's all about, that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
So religion, these texts, these things that have been written.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there when they wrote the.
Yeah.
I don't question that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I can see how it's being used
Yeah.
to
control
to
and
control
to
and manipulate
manipulate.
people and make
Yeah.
them feel less, and
Yeah.
to say, you need to follow this to
be
it's just like all these
fulfilled.
no
Yeah.
no it's my anyway, that's how I feel
So,
about it.
Mac, do you have a religious background?
Uh, when I started off, when I was growing up, I was raised into a Pentecostal Christian home.
Yeah.
Both parents are along that religion. But just like Chris was saying, like within my own terms, I kind of branched off, having questions of my own ways,
Yeah. Yeah.
exploring different things, and I really like how it turned out though, because I've noticed that when people usually branch off from things like that, if let's say someone's pulled out of a belief system, or they lose their belief in the system, if they don't replace it with something else that makes some good sense for the good motive behind it,
Yeah.
a lot of anything fits in there, and there's so much crap in the world that can really turn somebody sour.
Yeah.
But I did spend a lot of time looking into different things, and I like, when it comes to my own personal belief system, it's
Yeah.
what I would like to call it rather than religion, would be, it's more about taking what you can from anything that can put you in enlightenment. Each book has their own good points. They talk
Yeah.
about different things in different aspects. They have different perspectives. The way that we perceive things is what makes it real to us, right? If we take the minor details, names, characteristics, titles, blah, 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 all that out of there, and you take the rituals, if you take the functionalities, what it's leading you towards, and you put that into action on its own.
Yeah.
And kind of view it as you're taking almost like instructions from a cookbook, you know. Maybe you don't have the same ingredients that they're talking about, but you see the gist of what they're going at. You bring it into your world. You can make the best of it that way. And I think that a collective perspective is the best perspective, because then you can also, you know, make your right decisions to what you feel is proper according to where we are in this era. I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with having the different religions.
So do you believe in one particular religion, you know, as of now, or you just have your own spiritual way of being?
My relationship is not based off of following any one specific doctrine. It does not work that way.
Yeah.
I believe that even if somebody does, I mean, it says it themselves in most of the books anyway, is that your relationship with God itself is going to be its own unique way. No one else can ever tell you what it is or how it speaks to you, how it works with you. So that's where I'm at, but I do keep I keep it in a way where I'm open-minded to taking the vegetables out of each book, because every once in a while you'll hear something.
Because it's still educational, I think, that the minute we start, you know, putting that barrier, because everything you're going to learn in life, it's not always going to be good shit. You know, you just have to take you just have to take what you need to take out of all the terrible shit out there and apply it to your shit and make it your own. And hopefully it's something that people can be inspired by.
Well, that's the thing, right? You just kind of reflect your own personal light off of the things that are being thrown at you. So if let's say you hear one aspect where it disagrees with something that you feel would block your resonance, then with that specific thing you might not agree with it, so you don't necessarily follow with that. But then if you read another chapter in a different area, it might say something that you agree with, or something that might empower you.
We're going to go to Avi. Give me your perspective on religion. I know that, you know, you're my friend, and you know you of the Jewish, you know, religion.
I'm the Jewish friend.
Yeah. You know what's up, buddy.
I'm good with it.
You know I love you, you know what I'm saying?
I
You know I love you, you know.
Circumcised, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what the hell's going on in that too? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everybody wants to out of an inch, you guys are cutting an inch. That's not good.
Yeah, I'll tell you. The way I was born Jewish, I'm consider myself spiritual. I don't consider myself religious, obviously. Yeah, it's more like, you know, I used to like not believe at all. There was a period of my life I thought people that believe in God they're weak, so they're looking for an answer. But I found that God is like it was said here. I have a relationship with God. I talk to God every day. I don't have to prove it to anybody. It's in my heart. And it's the love that's in my heart. When I see beauty, that's God to me. When I see love, it's good to me. When I see giving, compassion, anybody that does something unselfishly, that's God to me.
That's love right there.
That's love. And I have a battle with loving myself sometimes because you know we judge each other too.
Absolutely, no, absolutely, I agree with you on that. For my opinion on religion, first of all, I was raised Catholic. You know that. I never really practiced it. You know, as I moved to Canada, you know, coming from St. Lucia, I obviously learned about the real world, what's out there, and how religion could either, you know, have a positive impact on your life or sometimes a negative impact. I think that being restricted to be yourself, it's not as good. It's not empowering you to, you know, accomplish a lot more in your life in terms of like being of a strict religious background, because you're unable. For me, I want to go to a mosque. I want to go to a temple. I want to go to, you know, any church. I want to feel free. I don't want to be limited because of my religion saying that if I go to a mosque, then maybe I might be, you know, thrown to hell or something. I mean, you know, I want to be free to express myself in any particular, you know, religious, you know, event. You know. So my thoughts on religion is I respect everybody's religious belief, and you know, you have to accept, you know, people's opinion in terms of how they want to practice their own, you know, religious faith. But for me, love is everywhere. You know, it could be in a mosque, could be in a church, wherever you want to get. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my philosophy
And it's
is
for everyone.
And it's for everyone. Don't hold back. You know, so I don't like to. I wouldn't want to limit myself in terms of saying because I was raised Catholic that I'm a Catholic. I'm everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
I see myself as
In
everyone.
everyone. Yeah,
In
seriously,
everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the second you say I'm this,
Yeah.
then then you created a versus situation.
a very
I'm this and you're that. It could be I'm Spanish and you're black
Yeah.
or white or green or
You-
purple
you-
or
you
yellow.
create
or I'm
limit-
Catholic
you limit
and
yourself.
You're Jewish, Muslim, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Now that's the light. That's the world of the ego. So that's separation. There's two-ness instead of oneness.
Absolutely.
And people die over that. People are
Absolutely.
being killed over that. This is my land. That's your land. You don't come here. This is my sandwich. You don't. You know what I mean? Like nobody.
Yeah.
So those invisible lines. People are dying over that every day. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
No, absolutely.
So that's
And we
and
see
love
it-
dissolves all of that.
Absolutely.
And that's what we say. Love is the highest.
I want to
power.
make one point about religion because
Yeah.
a lot of people are confused because there's so much new stuff happening. You know, there's these people meditating, these people do this, and there's cults, and there's all this stuff, and people are confused by it.
Yeah.
But you know, in the Jewish Bible, like the bottom line sentence is "love thy neighbor," right?
Yeah.
Which they say that underlines the whole Bible.
Yeah.
And Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them done unto you," which is the golden rule, right?
Yeah.
So for people that are confused about that, it doesn't really matter where you go, what the name and the title of it is.
Yeah.
If you see anybody harming somebody else or speaking against somebody else, that's a false god.
Yes.
That's
yes.
not.
that's
That's
Absolutely.
breaking the golden rule.
I agree. No, I
Whatever
agree.
you do,
Yeah.
whatever you want to put on, you want to put on a dress, whatever you want to do. If everybody wins and everyone is inspired by what you're doing,
That's it.
go do that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's how I.
No, I think the same thing. That was a good point you made because I think that if we just see each other as human beings, we all on this planet together. What are we fighting for
We're
realistically
guests
anyway?
here.
Yeah,
We're
exactly. We're all gonna say we're just guests.
Go find about whose land this is. We're here
Yeah,
temporary.
yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Why
We're
am I
all
gonna?
renting. Nobody owns anything.
Nobody owns- we
The
ain't
names
gonna
on the
take-
deed of a house doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
and then
belongs
our
to somebody
children
else.
inherit our hate and they
Oh,
inherit our point of views
exactly.
and all
That's
that
not
stuff.
love. That's not love at all. Because I, wanna,
Definitely.
put love out there. I don't wanna be a part of something that I know that's only allowing me to just love the group of people that I'm associated with.
Because that's not real love.
That's not real love.
Permeates and it
Yeah,
breaks
it's
down
you
everything.
got to put it out there.
That's, real love is unconditional.
Unconditional.
That's the only kind of love there is. A lot of people think that they're in love. There's a lot of selfish love going on there. I love this person. I'm with this person because they're just thinking. There's very few examples of selfless love,
Yeah, sure.
And it's like, no, I want this for you. I don't
Yeah.
want this for me. I want this for you.
But one of the funny things that I
Yeah.
recognize, growing up with an aunt that actually went to 7 Days Adventist. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's a church where people go to church instead of Sundays. They go on Saturdays.
Okay.
There's all this kind of like crazy stuff going on. It's sometimes hard to keep track of the shit. You know what I'm saying? All kind of Hail Mary this. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff going down. It's kind of like hard to keep track. But I find out a lot of people that go to church. Some of them are a little bit like hypocrites. They say one thing and then they do the other. So I don't quite understand that.
You know what? If I could touch on that just for a second, I find that very interesting. Just like you say it there, because human nature in the societies that we live in, we're constantly almost hypnotized to function certain ways, and then to join into a restrictive, suppressive belief system or culture. Sorry. There's always going to be a battle.
Got some water here, bro.
I'll have some.
All right,
after
you
that,
good.
yeah. So, but there's always a battle for the littlest things. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
pops up here and there because if let's say we stop paying attention to what we're instructed to be doing, and just like if we didn't make it our business to eat properly, if we didn't make it our business to do yoga, you know what I mean? If we didn't take our time to actually think about things before we do it, and we go on autopilot. The instructions that we're getting from just basic society, marketing, companies, trends, whatever, we'd be going to shit anyway. So you have the same problem, just like people will say, like make sure you eat healthy, make sure you eat healthy. But then the odd time here and there, they're going out and having a burger, or they're going out and they're eating chocolate and stuff. I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things though that as well with part of those, I'll say some religions because I don't know all of them, but part of that nature of the book itself is to be judging at all times, which is what keeps people included in it most of the time. A lot of religions are judging constantly. If you do that wrong, you're getting screwed. You do that wrong, you're going to get punished. You know, it's just is how it works. It's that's kind of what causes that to happen. But at the same time, it's like, it's not necessarily about what each person represents, but more so about what it is that they're trying to pass on, right? Because nobody is perfect, which is the whole number one thing, right? Nobody's perfect. No one's going to be able to do anything perfectly, but it's about how much effort are they putting into or passing on a positive light.
Okay. Yeah. Well, on that note,
that's it.
No, it's not over yet. You want some more? You want more? This is juicy stuff. Well, on that note, it was a pleasure. This is actually the first Real Men Talk show. I appreciate my guests coming here and giving some love and helping me take this off. I'll be seeing you guys pretty soon. You can check me out on Facebook, Daniel Malwi, or my email, danielmalwi@hotmail.com. So I'll see you guys soon for a couple new topics, some real shit, the real deal. You know what I'm saying? See you guys later.
Good work.